Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Let me ask you something. Are you guys going anywhere? Are you traveling anywhere to watch the total solar eclipse of 2017? Are you traveling to one of these sleepy little towns that the solar eclipse is when it transverses the United States? Are you going to be going to it? Are you going to be watching for it? Really? Are you? That's awesome. Now let me ask you, are you buying any merchandise? Are you going to get like special glasses or t-shirts or mugs or anything from that? Really? Okay, awesome. Well, I'm going to teach you what the solar eclipse is going to teach you about business and how you can profit in your business from the solar eclipse of 2017. Hi guys, I'm Jae Burnham and this is the real Jae Burnham Show, and I am so happy to see you, all you good movers and shakers. Wow, you guys are great. You're beautiful people. I love you all. Right now, we've got tomorrow on Monday. We're going to have the solar eclipse. It's going to go right across the United States from like Oregon all the way down to like South Carolina and Georgia and all that. So zip right through it. But I was watching the news on Friday. I was watching the CBS nightly news, as I want to do on typical nights, because I want to see what's going on around the country. Also, I watch the local weather so I can get the lay of the land as far as weather-wise for my moving business. But they had this nice little segment about the solar eclipse, and there was they went to this town in Oregon, the sleepy little dinky ass town. I mean, literally at the town of 6,500 people. 6,500 people. I mean, really tiny, small, dinky school. I mean, city. Right? It's about the same size as the city that I graduated from, Grand Ledge, Michigan. Right? So you got this small little city, and the total eclipse is going to go right over the city. And for the last 2 years, they've had a planning committee planning the solar eclipses one single day. They have been planning this because they've been inundated with people booking RV spots and you know, the motels and so on and so forth. They're expecting over 200,000 people in this small 6,500 population town for the solar eclipse. And the solar eclipse literally lasts like what, half hour? You know what I'm saying? And there have been people who've been camping there for several days. I mean, they had been camping and they're partying and so on and so forth. So you got the sleepy little town that turns into a huge metropolis of 200,000 people. Imagine that. But here's the thing. You got all those people that need to eat, they need to sleep, they need something to do, and guess what? That sleepy little town is profiting from it. They got vendors coming in, the people are selling t-shirts, they got everything's going on. They turn it into this huge city. And you know, it's turning out to be a huge moneymaker for this little town. And I'm thinking, wow, look at all these people taking advantage of this little town, right? They're taking advantage of this eclipse with 200,000 people. Now, I've got a move going on. We're going to Murphy, North Carolina. And my guys will be there tomorrow. Now, they'll already on their way back home by the time they'll be already be home they'll be on the way home by the time the eclipse comes over the Murphy, North Carolina area. But they will be driving during the eclipse. So the band of the eclipse they'll see a good portion of that eclipse and it will get dark for them, etc. So they'll get the experience of that. But I had trouble booking a motel for these guys because all the motels in the area are booked up, right? All booked up for this. And this town isn't very big either. And they're planning a big celebration for the eclipse. And I'm thinking, what can we learn as business people to take advantage of this? And it's not just the eclipse. There are plenty of events that have tremendous significance throughout the year. We've got Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We've got the different holidays. There are different events and happenings. And it's not just once in a lifetime events or once in a decade events like the eclipse and so forth, that where we can see these happenings going on. And I'm wondering, are you guys taking advantage of it in your own businesses of these special events, these special occurrences? Are you setting up booths for like at your local county fairs? Are you guys going to county fairs and setting up booths? You should be. You should be setting up a trade booth at your county affair, because I mean, there's county fairs happening all over the summertime, and this is a perfect time to be going out and setting booths up. We've got a large fair that happens in Ionia, Michigan, called the Ionia Free Fair. It lasts over my birthday holiday, and it lasts 3-4 days. You could set up a booth, handing out flyers and so on and so forth. If we had set up a booth there, we could have literally had, I mean, and they get like 50,000 people coming to this Ionia Free Fair in and out. That's 50,000 people learning about U-Save moving and storage. Ingham County Fair, the county that I live in, they have about 30, 40, 50,000 people all over the county and state come to this fair. Jackson County Fair, so on and so forth. There's all these little events that you could be setting up booths in, to not even to sell stuff, but just to promote your stuff, just to promote your businesses. Setting up a booth, even if it's a small little a table with a nice looking drop cloth with some flyers and business cards and somebody to actually answer questions. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be all, big and frivolous, like a trade show or something. It just needs to be a table, maybe a canopy to keep you out from the weather, like the rain and the hot sun or whatever. But what are you guys doing to take advantage of things like the solar eclipse in 2017? What are you guys doing to get your brand out there, sell your goods and services, whatever it is? What are you guys doing to take advantage of these? Because if you're not taking advantage of these little events, these events, you're missing on a great opportunity to brand yourself, to advertise yourself, to get your name out, to hand out your business cards, your flyers, your rat cards, brochures, etc. And yes, even book a move or two, right? It's okay. And don't forget trade shows, guys. You got to start taking advantage of trade shows. Here in the Lansing area, we have a home and garden show. I went to it one year. Why it wasn't a huge money maker for me, I did earn enough money back to actually pay for the booth, which was good. But it wasn't something I made a lot of money. But I got a lot of exposure from that booth, right? I was in a great area with high traffic. A lot of people came through. I think they had they said about 60,000 people would go through for the 3-day weekend. Then we have the women's expo that happens at the Lansing Center, and that has about 20,000 people that go through it. And it's a very inexpensive. It's an inexpensive. The women's home show here in the women's expo here is like $200 for a booth. Yes, you're going to have somebody man the booth, somebody to pass out flyers, answer questions. Yes, you spend a little money to get a nice backdrop and trade show. And if you can afford it, have somebody design a good trade show, banners and booth for you. Yes, absolutely, if you can afford it. But these are great advantages, people, that you could do to make more money, brand yourself, get your name out there. That's fairly inexpensive, right? And that will expose you to a great number of people. Now, everybody's going through the trade show or going to a county fair or going to the solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse in 2017. Not everybody's going to be needing your services. Not everybody's going to take a brochure. Not everybody's going to stop and ask who or what you do, right? But you could be out there advertising yourself. You could go through, you can make yourself available. When you're at the Ingham County Fair, you can have someone manning your booth, but you could be walking around and talking with people. That's how these fairs are successful for people. They don't just have people that sit behind a table No, they got people out there that are actually out there promoting their goods and services. And that's what I need you to do. And that's why I'm coming up, because the solar eclipse is tomorrow. Hopefully you guys get to enjoy and have experience the solar eclipse. I remember when the eclipse happened back in the 70s. I was a kid in grade school in Fowler, Michigan, and the school let us out to watch the eclipse. It was kind of a fun thing. I remember I didn't see the eclipse. If I did, I didn't really recognize what it was. But it was something I still remember to this day. Now, it's a good, wonderful experience, and I think you guys should go and experience. But truthfully, I think you guys are missing the boat on events like these things. These things that you don't normally would think of are great opportunities to go out there and promote your business, right? Go out and promote your business. And you don't even need to make a sale. I don't care what business. If you're even in the moving business, it's okay. These are great. I understand. And it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work. But it's worth it. It is worth it. It's not going to get you immediate results necessarily, but it will get you long term, because they will see your name. They will see your branding. And when they see your advertisements on Facebook or your postcards or your Yellow Pages ads or what have you, then they will then associate, oh yeah, I saw them at the fair, or I saw them at the solar eclipse, and then they start seeing you everywhere, right? It's like when you buy a car, right? You buy a car, you're driving, you don't really pay attention. Let's say you're trying to buy an old 74 VW Bug, because that was just the dream car. I don't know why I thought of it, it just popped in my head. But you're sitting there driving, you don't recognize about the 74, you want that 74 Bug, right? You go and buy your 74 Bug, and then next thing you know, you see that 74 Bug everywhere on the street. It's like, my God, look at all these 74 Bugs. I'm sure you recognize that phenomenon. All of a sudden, it's in your awareness. You're not even looking for it. Next thing you know, you're seeing your car everywhere. Just like, oh yeah, there's that, there's this, and that's what, and it's a typical phenomena. But guess what? Someone comes into your booth, they see you, they talk to you maybe, they pay attention, maybe they take a business card, then they see your Facebook page, then they see you on Google, and then, oh my God, they see you everywhere. It's that phenomena that I'm trying to go for. And once they start seeing you everywhere, the game is won, and the business will start flooding in. Okay, guys, that's my take. It's a real simple video. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to communicate here. I want you to take advantage of these great events like the solar eclipse. But there are plenty other events that are not the solar eclipse that will do just as well, right? And I want you to go around in your communities and find out what those events are, and then see how you could take advantage of it for your business. All right? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share this with all your family and your friends. And don't forget, subscribe to this channel. Little red button right down there. Hit it.